Merry Christmas to you all. In today's video, I'm going to be rebuilding the Arizona Cardinals, but without Kyler Murray. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes. I would appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. I love Kyler Murray. I'm still not out on him. Yes, he made plenty of bonehead decisions against that loss, I think, versus the Seahawks. It was completely his fault there at the end. His QBR is still top 5 according to ESPN. He's still a good QB in my opinion. I still think he can succeed on another team. I'm not saying this is the Cardinals' fault. I'm not saying it's the overall franchise. I'm not going to point the finger at the coach and be like, oh, this is the problem, that's the problem, like every other fan in the NFL. He was the problem at the end of this year. A lot of people will probably make a joke and say it was because of Call of Duty that came out in late October, and now he's been performing bad in the second half of the season because of Call of Duty, and that actually might be a valid reason. But in my personal opinion, I still believe in Kyler Murray, which is rare for me to say if you guys have been watching my channel. I usually, if you don't develop within the first 3 years and you don't show something like within the first 3 years of developing, especially as a first round pick, I'm out on you. And I know a lot of people may think that's harsh or whatever. I don't really care. It's like you are a first round pick. If you're a top 10 pick, especially, you are a first round pick. You are graded as the top prospects coming in to the NFL. You better come in and produce within the first 3 years. 3 years to develop, I think, is more than enough time. Obviously, if you're in a poverty rebuilding franchise that's constantly like the Cardinals, again, I'm not going to blame the Cardinals, but something like the Cardinals or, of course, Bryce Young with the Panthers, it's a different scenario. But for the most part, I give them 3 years. If you can't produce after that, I'm usually out on you. I know there's some exceptions. Geno Smith randomly popping off. Geno Smith isn't going to win you a Super Bowl. Same thing with Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. They both look great this year, but are those guys ever going to win you a Super Bowl? No. So I still believe in Kyler Murray, but a lot of Cardinals fans don't. So for the sake of this rebuild, we will be rebuilding the Arizona Cardinals, both out Kyler Murray. Defensively on this team, it's not really good other than Budda Baker. Sure, you have some highlights here and there with Jalen Thompson, Sean Murphy Bunting, Zaven Collins, that was a questionable first-round pick. Darius Robinson, I honestly have heard nothing about him this year. I honestly don't know what's going on with him. EA hasn't even improved his overall, so obviously that's not a telltale sign that he's doing bad, but at the same time, I've just heard nothing from this guy, so if you guys could let me know down in the comments below, that would be pretty nice. This franchise is total poverty. The Chicago Cardinals were the very first NFL team ever made. They were in Chicago, then they flipped around from different teams, so the Cardinals were the very first franchise. They still have yet to win a Super Bowl. I know championships and Super Bowls are two different things in the NFL. Championships existed before Super Bowls. But anyways, you drafted Marvin Harrison. He looks good. Right now, Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas honestly look better, but I think that's also because, he's on the Cardinals. I think he will be better than them. Just give him a little bit more time. The sky's the limit for this guy. He seems amazing. But for the rest of the team, it needs a lot of work. Trey McBride, of course, is great. And then Trey Benson in my Arizona Cardinals franchise is a god, but we'll see how he performs in this simulation. So I'm already in the offseason here. Let me show you guys the record. I just simulated to the playoffs. I didn't even care about the records. The Cardinals finished 7-10. I know they're 7-8 in real life. I just finished out the rest of the season. Then, of course, all the records are scrambled. These obviously don't represent everything from real life, but it looks like the Ravens and the Eagles were in the Super Bowl. So we're 7-10 going into the draft. We got Budda Baker, and of course, I'm using auto-generated draft classes because, again, I just hate it whenever YouTubers just download a draft class and then they just memorize all the good players, and then it feels like it's just cheating. So whenever the time comes, I will do specific rebuilds where I do Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter. I will do specific rebuilds like that, but for general rebuilds like this, I just like mixing it up so that way I don't feel like I'm cheating and just memorizing the players like some other YouTubers. But anyways, Budda Baker is a must-have back. He's 29. I want to do a 3-year contract just in case I do want to trade him. I want to see if he's down for that. He is down for that. He resigns. Baron Browning, honestly, I don't want to pay you $10 million a year from seeing nothing. I'll do a 1-year contract for a prove-it deal, and he actually accepts that. So he's going to resign. Zay Jones, no. All these other guys, Will Hernandez, Greg Dortch, all these other extras, I'm just not really interested in. So anyways, let's move into free agency. Free agency is extremely weak. We got Tyron Smith, who probably won't even be signed to an NFL team ever again due to injury. Same thing with like David Bakhtiari and stuff. But Trent Brown would not be a bad signing here. Let's do, yeah, sure, honestly, a 2-year deal. Let's try that out. Everything sucks, dude. The punters suck. The kickers suck. Just overall, the top 100 is terrible for this free agency. This is who I got targeted, and nobody really wants to be on our team. I really can't get much of anything here for good value. Nobody wants to play for us. I could get Rondale Moore back. He's going to want an extensive contract. I'll only do 2 years for you, and a lot of other teams want him. I don't think I'm going to be able to honestly get anyone here that's really worth of any value. After free agency, I got aging Mike Hilton and aging Jordan Poyer just as some depth players. They're not going to do anything. They're only 1-year players. That was just honestly a terrible free agency class. Let's move into the draft. And we are going to get pick number 11 in the draft. There's a lot of really bad teams this year. It says the Giants are getting the number 1 pick. Obviously, the Buccaneers won't have the number 2 in real life, but the Giants do go with a QB in Darren Richards here. So I may need to trade up here if there is a guy I need. This guy is second or third round, but he's a top 5 prospect, second or third day 3 guy. Are all these guys just straight trash, dude? Is this all this is really? You got the projected guys at the top. There's a day 3. I mean, all these guys are just straight terrible. I mean, if he falls to me, I'll have to pull the trigger and reach on Sammy Culver here. So I'll do that. He honestly doesn't look bad. Elite strength, poor speed, complete opposite of Kyler. I will pull the trigger on him forcefully if he does land to us, but I'm not going to trade up for someone who's a top 5 prospect, and realistically, they're a second or third rounder. So did he go? He did go to the Browns. So honestly, I can't pick up a QB this year, and I haven't even traded Kyler yet. Maybe I should have traded him to the Giants for the number 1 pick, which wouldn't be realistic. This is a second or third rounder who's a day 3 talent, Will Slack out of Michigan. We'll see how he does. Honestly, not even a bad shout for a player, elite speed. So I'll pick him up in the second round if he's there, but if not, we'll just choose someone else for now. Might as well just trade away Kyler while I'm at it. Of course, we're going to check up on Kyler Murray's career with another team. What's a team that's not in the same conference as us that needs a QB? The Raiders still need a QB? That honestly makes sense. I'm sorry, Kyler. I have to do it to you. I should have traded for the Raiders' first-round pick. A next year's first for Kyler Murray seems fair to me. I know you can get a lot more for QBs, but if the Cardinals do move on, I don't see them getting 2 first-round picks for Kyler, so he's off to the Raiders. The Raiders picked a defensive tackle, so that seems realistic. And there are some top 5 speed rushers on the board. Ben Jackson here out of Texas A&M, 260, great speed, great acceleration, B's, A's across the board. He looks really good. Do I need an edge rusher? I kind of feel like I do. I don't think Baron Browning, BJ Ojulari, or Zaven Collins is enough. Zaven Collins is good in simulation, but not BJ Ojulari. And I kind of do need another receiver as well, but of course I need that quarterback. Kevin Davis, the other outside linebacker, great speed, great acceleration, good strength, awareness. He looks better than the other guy. I'm honestly going to pull the trigger on Kevin Davis here. 6'3", 245 at Ole Miss, speed rusher. I'm going to replace him. I'm going to use him over Baron Browning. Rank 22, got him at 11, B pick. Hidden development. He looks great. I'm immediately going to put him as the starter over Baron Browning. And I know I just gave Baron Browning a 1-year prove-it deal, but I'm honestly just going to trade him off the rip. There's no point to leaving him on my team. Let's give him someone else. It was only a 1-year contract. I'm not going to accrue many cap debts, if you want to say that, but let's see what teams are actually interested in Baron Browning. The Bears are, even though they literally just said they had no interest. Let's see what the actual Steelers want for him. Now, the Steelers, I could probably get a 3rd-round pick for Baron Browning, but I want to be a little bit more realistic here. Let's just do a 4th here. Sure, he would probably go for a 5th or 6th maybe in real life, but I feel like that was being reasonable there. I know it says he's a day 3 talent. I'm in the 2nd round. I need a QB. Let's just try out Will Slack out of Michigan here. 6'1", scrambler, good strength, good throw power, elite acceleration, good speed. Ran a 4.53. Doesn't look the best, but sure, we'll take him anyways. We need a QB. Ranked 158, got him at 43. Hidden development, we'll take it. We'll honestly take it. 90 throw power, 6'1", and really fast, so he already fits kind of in our scheme. He actually does fit perfectly into our scheme because he's a scrambler archetype, which is what Kyler Murray was. Darrell Ridley here out of Tennessee, 6'2", 300 pounds, elite speed, great acceleration, good strength, A's and B's across the board. We're going to take him as our 3rd-round pick. Ranked 68, got him at 75, B+, hidden development. You love to see it. And for the mentor, we got our GOAT here, Joe Flacco. Absolutely, we're going to sign him because he has the mentor tag for our new QB. Now, this is the team after the draft. 69 overall for Will Slack. Nice. I should have looked at the draft recap. This is what we got for the O-line. Not really doing the best here, but it is what it is. The receiving core, honestly, isn't the worst. Obviously, it could be better. Trey Benson's going to be the starter. I know James Conner got an extension in real life, but it is what it is. Davis is going to move down to the edge here. And looks like the AI picked up this guy named Rivera here. So I'm probably going to make him the starter just because he has hidden development. Santiago Rivera out of Boise State here. 6'1", 255. Honestly looks pretty good. 86 hit power at a 65 overall is kind of crazy. And our defensive end is going to be wearing number 99. You already know. So he moves up to a 77. And we got this guy named Fifi here, or Fifi, Jeff Fifi out of Louisville. 6-foot pass run stopper archetype. Pass coverage is his number 2. I'm cool with this. I'm actually cool with this. Let's make these guys our starters. I know they're low overalls, but let's just see how they do in their rookie years because they're AIs. Why not? And then Ridley, let's move him up. Everyone else looks pretty good here. Like what we got. BJ Ojulari is going to be in the depth. Garrett Williams, I'm going to start over Mike Hilton. We have a lot of depth there. Defense doesn't look bad in terms of rookies. Everything else, Trey Benson, let's move him up. He's in the slot. Davis is going to be the starter, of course. Jordan Poyer is not going to be my sub linebacker. But apart from that, you're number 1 with Will Slack. Let's see how we do at the midseason mark. 3-3 at the midseason mark. Okay, not bad, especially for the rebuilding team. 8th best passing defense in the NFL. Then after that, kind of trash. Don't know how we're 3-3. We're bottom of our division. Scouting national focus. I need a corner. I need offensive line. I would rather have a corner right now. And Trey McBride, 90 overall, 25 years old. He wants to have a mentor at his position. I'll definitely get him that just so that way I can lower his contract. We got a mentor here in Zach Ertz. He's going to come back to the Cardinals just so that way he can make Trey McBride's contract just a little bit cheaper. Don't you think it's a little bit late in your career too to get a mentor? You're like in year 5 of your career. You seriously need to be mentored like more at this point. You're like one of the top tight ends in the NFL, dude. And my entire roster got adjusted after making that signing. That's so annoying. I know you can change it to manual, but if you change it to manual, it won't auto adjust after the draft because it's still a glitch in EA systems. And I was looking through this. Ridley has superstar X factor, dude. No way. Offensively, we still don't see Will Slack's development. You haven't played 500 snaps and you're at the midseason. There's no way. Who is playing snaps for you if you're not doing that? That's crazy. Ridley has X factor. Davis has superstar. Are we playing defense so much that we can't even see these guys' developments? That's crazy. For my offense, of course. Has Will Slack seriously not played 500 snaps to see that? But Davis is a superstar. Ridley's an X factor. Already amazing start to the rebuild. The upgrades and the development on these guys is amazing for the linebackers. So those guys will be the starters, of course. But I hate how, again, it reordered everything just because I signed Zach Ertz. That's crazy, though. My top 2 defensive lineman picks immediately develop like that. But Trey McBride has an interest. I want him back long term. He re-signs with the team. Good stuff. Jalen Thompson, he's 27. He's about to start regression. I'll do a 2-year contract with him. He wants a longer-term deal. I don't really want that. We'll see at the end of the year. Jordan Poyer, all these other extras don't really want. I wouldn't mind Joe Flacco back, but doesn't want to be here. Paris Johnson Jr., I'll accept his option. Should have drafted a kicker. I need a new kicker and a new punter. I'll probably get that in the offseason or just draft a new one. So for now, let's move in to the playoffs. And here we are in the playoffs, finishing 7-10 again, coming off back-to-back losses to the Panthers and Commanders, finishing bottom of the division again. Stats and awards. Will Slack, honestly not bad for a rookie year. 32nd in pass rating, though. 20th best offense, 30th best defense. 22 interceptions is insane, but at the same time, he's a 69 overall, 87 pass rating, 4,000 yards in your rookie season is good. The interceptions, obviously, we need to work on. I see it plenty of times with low overall rookies. He will develop. Trey Benson, no fumbles, 13 touchdowns, only 3.9 per carry, but we got something going there. Hopefully he is as good as my Trey Benson Cardinals franchise. Obviously, he can't be that good, but Michael Wilson, 7 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. Marvin Harrison, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. Xavier Weaver with 6 touchdowns, 900 yards. Trey McBride, 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. Sacks allowed, 10 for Paris Johnson Jr. You're not going to get a contract if you keep that up. Jonah Williams, 9. The center, 6. Dillard, 3. And then 2 for Isaiah Adams. Colin Dillard is like a 66 overall, and he's outperforming my center, and I mean, not Isaiah Adams, but still, he's a 66, and he's only allowing 3. Garrett Williams with 99 tackles for a loss, 14 for Zaven Collins, 13 for Darius Robinson, 7 for Kevin Davis here, and then sacks, 11.5 for Zaven Collins, he's great in simulation, 5.5 for Kevin Davis, 5.5 for Daryl Ridley. So 2 great rookie seasons from these guys. I mean, overall, it's not like great, but this is a good start from these guys, and by great rookie seasons, I mean like it's great that they have superstar development and superstar X factor. That's huge for the team, so great for the development. 7 interceptions from Budda Baker, deflections, 11 for Sean Murphy-Bunting, 9 for Garrett Williams, 8 for Budda Baker. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns, 2 for Budda Baker. He's easily going to get X factor. And the Buccaneers once again beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, but this time it's Baker Mayfield. It's funny funny that I said in the beginning of the video the Buccaneers would never win a Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield, and then the simulation here, of course, just in Madden proves me wrong. But Baker Mayfield wins the Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes wins the league MVP, and really, we don't get Defensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, our guys, at the same time, they only had 5.5 sacks, but at the same time, they're just higher development traits, so that's why I'm gassing them up. In the NFC West, Lakeland Tomlinson, David Bakhtiari on the Rams, Tyron Smith on the Niners, Joe Flacco, and Jordan Poyer all retire. For the team upgrades, Will Slack, we finally see he has star development. That's fine. Honestly, we'll keep him. Why not? He has star development. He's already up to an 80 overall. Same overall as Kyler. I don't have to pay him. We'll see how he works out. I'm not going to end the rebuild until I win a Super Bowl too, so if he doesn't work out, I'm going to keep the rebuild going. Rivera is a star development, 66 overall. And then Fifi or Fifi here, Fifi, whatever, I don't care. My boy Jeff as star development along with Rivera. That's nice to see. And then, of course, Davis and Ridley both with X Factor. Buda Baker gets upgraded to X Factor. No development upgrade for Zaven Collins. But let's move into the re-signings. For the re-signings, Paris Johnson Jr., I'll just accept his option. Jalen Thompson, again, I'll give you a neutral deal, 2 years, and then that's it. And he actually takes it this time. We're cool with that. Everyone else here, I'm just not interested in. $158 million to spend in free agency. Let's make something happen. Brock Purdy's here. Zach Martin's here. Not going to be able to sign either of them. They don't even want to be here. I'm not going to sign Brock Purdy anyways. We got Breece Hall. I know, dude, I like Trey Benson, but if Breece Hall is in free agency, I'm not going to stop myself, especially with all this money. Yeah, I definitely want him on the team. Deron Bland, too. Oh, yeah. Baller free agency, getting Breece Hall, Deron Bland, Kirby Joseph. Yes, I know I just re-signed Jalen Thompson. It's a 2-year deal. He can play his depth. Depth safety still matter in simulation and in gameplay. Deron Bland is a great signing. Probably won't need to draft a corner because Sean Murphy Bunting was great, but maybe I'll just draft one anyways. Then we also got Joshua Williams on a 2-year deal. Why not? He's young. He's 77 overall. So really good free agency for the team. And with that being said, I'm so sorry, James Conner. I really like you. You're 71 overall without the boost. You're 31. I take a penalty of $8 million. I'm going to hand that penalty. Yeah, $10 million to be a third string running back. There's no value here. I need to give him to someone else who needs a running back. And the Jets lost Breece Hall, so sure, you can have him. Realistically, he would, if he's at this overall, the only thing you're going to get for him is like a 6th or a 7th, and they don't even have the money. So in that case, I'm trading away James Conner's contract to the Browns. It's $10 million for a 7th round pick. Realistically, you're not getting more than a 6th or a 7th for a third string running back who's getting paid $10 million a year. I don't want that on my team. I know I take on some of the cap penalty for trading him. There's no point to having him. Let's move into the draft. In the draft, the Saints have the #1 overall pick. I'm going to roll with the QB we have in Will Slack. So cut him some slack, guys. Be a little better. Yes, my corny jokes. And there's a top 5 QB here. Oh my gosh. Andrew Davenport out of Baylor, 6'4", 225. Elite strength, great throw power. He looks good. He looks good. But is he 80 overall, at least star development good? I don't know. But this guy, left tackle, looks really good as well. Casey Schultz out of South Carolina. Great strength, good speed. A's across the board. He looks really good. I just hate taking offensive linemen in the first round. He's 6'8", 322. I just hate taking them because they usually end up sucking. They're usually just terrible for no reason. But this guy I might make the exception for. Don't see any crazy corners on the board. This guy is a C awareness. Actually, hold up. Good speed, great jumping, great acceleration, 4.4 flat, C awareness, B zone coverage, B man coverage, A press, A catching. He's a man-to-man archetype. He has C awareness. He's not going to be a higher overall. AJ Richardson. I kind of want him. I'm going to do it. I'm sorry to the left tackle that we need. I'm going to neglect it. Ranked 15 in the class with C awareness. Got him at 10. Normal defense. Oh my gosh. Why do you have to have normal, dude? Come on, AJ Richardson. And we also have pick number 16 for trading away Kyler Murray to the Las Vegas Raiders. And Schultz is still here. There's also another left tackle here, and Matt Fenton, who might look better. He has solid strength. He's not as strong. Bunch more A's across the board. There's also a right tackle here, so I'm going to move any one of these guys to right tackle. Good strength, not as good as the other guys. And then let's look at the final one. And Brian Corcoran, I don't know, whatever. That's a stupid name. Looks pretty good. A awareness, he has great strength. I might do him. He is, 336, 6'5". The great strength looks really nice. I think I'd be a fool to pass on Schultz, but at the same time, why is nobody taking him? Like, he's already fallen so far. Great strength. That makes me worried I'm going to check on him later. I'm going to take Brian. I'm never going to pronounce that last name. Yeah, we're just going to take him. I know it seems dumb. I'm just worried about the other guy. Oh, he's a 66. He's ranked 66. Please have dev. Okay, he has development. It's completely fine. Completely fine. I'd rather take someone who's a lower overall with the development than someone who's a higher overall with no development. In round number 2, Jerome Barnett here out of Oregon, 6'5", 325, good strength, really good athleticism, A's and B's across the board. Let's see what we got with him. Ranked 37, got him at 42, hidden development, you love to see it. And I think I'm going to triple down on offensive line here. I need to fill out the rest of it. The right guard's the last thing I need in Dan Burris. I know my right guard performed fine last year. He's a 66 overall. A's and B's across the board. Physicals don't look bad. Hopefully he has hidden development. Let's see, ranked 61, got him at 74. Hidden development, my offensive line is completely filled out. Honestly, my entire roster is kind of filled out, except for receiver. Need a third one of those. This guy doesn't look bad. Morris Martin in the 4th round out of East Carolina, 6'1", 222, physical, marginal speed, good strength, but his attributes, F medium route, it still looks a lot better than the other guys on the board. Like a lot of these guys' attributes looks bad, and then there's his with the B and A that I see on the board. The rest of these guys, there's a B, A, 2 Fs, and route running. Just doesn't look good. I guess I'm just going to have to take the guy that's just honestly the fastest. You see some elite accelerations over there. Let's see some speed. Great speed here, and then he has great acceleration, elite speed, and then great, elite acceleration, F-catching traffic, poor, 4.35, F, dude, come on. Jonathan Ross out of TCU, F-catching, good speed. I'm good. Never mind. So I'm going to go with this guy here. He is Courtney Weathers, ranked 110, got him at 106, normal development, 94 speed, 92 acceleration out of Stanford. F-catching, we'll put him in the slot and see how he does. After the draft, AJ Richardson's a 75, normal development, 72 for Brian, whatever, 73 for Jerome, 72 for Dan, and then 69 for Courtney. Honestly, not bad. 70 for Shaden Nash as a backup, 67 for this guy. I didn't pick these guys past Weathers, but we'll see how they do. Let's move in to the team roster. And the new mentor QB, what? Joshua Dobbs doesn't have the mentor tag? It could be Derek Carr. No, we need Kirk O'Chains as the man himself for the new mentor tag. And for some reason, it's not moving that guy to the right guard, but I'll fix this all in just a second. So the offensive line, completely fixed now, in my opinion. Got all that worked out. Got the new offensive tackle. Maybe I need a new center in the future. And then, ooh, the AI picked up Richer here. I don't know who this is. It looks like Elijah Richer out of Notre Dame. Why not? Give him a chance here over the guy that I didn't pick. He's wearing number 02. You already know he's going to be tough, and we're going to start him over Weathers and Weaver here. So this is what we got going on for the team. I'm sorry, Trey Benson. You're going to be a backup. I don't have to pay you, so I'm going to force you to stay on the team anyways. Rivera, do I really keep starting this guy? I mean, there's a guy named Brayton here, but I'll probably put this guy as the main sub linebacker, this guy as the backup, and then all these other guys. We got Deron Bland, Garrett Williams, and then Joshua Williams. We have Max Melton as well, and then my AJ guy. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut Max Melton. I know he's not bad in real life, but in this simulation, I need my first round pick, my top 10 pick, to be starting on the team. That would be really nice. So Richards, let's honestly move him up to the number 3 here. And now let's move Garrett Williams to the 3. Richards can be in the slot. Everything, well, Richardson can be in the slot, and then everything else looks good from there. Jalen Thompson is going to be a backup. That's fine with me. Specialist-wise, anything else that I want to do, Richardson, move into the slot. And everything from there looks pretty good. Going to change the sub linebackers. So apart from that, let's move into the midseason mark. And we are 6-1. Look at our NFL ranks. 1st in points per game. 1st in offensive passing yards. 6th in offensive rushing game. 8th. I've never seen all greens happen so quickly in a rebuild. We're the top of the division, top of the conference, let alone. Will Slack is a baller. Number 1 passing yards, 17 passing touchdowns. Zaven Collins, baller. Buda Baker, baller. Obviously, Josh Jacobs, not Josh Jacobs. I mean, Breece Hall, not balling as much, but he's still probably balling as well. Will Slack is balling, boys. Our offensive line, 2 stars, then a superstar for the right tackle. I'm so glad I picked him. I forgot to look at the left tackle that I passed on, but I'm glad I passed on that left tackle. Superstar development for an offensive lineman is amazing to come by. Defensively, I don't see any changes, of course, because it's just the midseason mark. I don't even know why I'm looking into it, but baller. I want to see these stats for Will Slack here. 106 passer rating, only 6 interceptions, but it's halfway through the season. Still Still, huge improvement. Team being 6-1, legendary, dude. Did not expect to be this good at all here, as we are. Let's see the other standings. Can I not see where we rank in terms of overall best, like rushing yards, passing yards? Will Slack coming off a 3-touchdown game, 2 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown, got sacked once, 25 rushing yards, 334 passing yards. Amazing game. Scouting national focus. I don't need corners, don't need offensive line. I kind of do need middle linebacker. Rivera will probably be a depth player. For the players ready to negotiate, Michael Wilson, I do want back as a number 2, honestly. I'm cool with this if he is, and he is. 130 million left. Garrett Williams, he's young, he has star development, really not expensive, even if I do give him extra money. So he's going to stay. Zaven Collins doesn't want to be here. He doesn't like the scheme fit. I like Zaven Collins. He's already 27. Want to do a 3-year deal with that, and he honestly resigns on that. Good stuff. BJ Ojolari, as depth isn't bad, but I'm not going to pay a depth player $10 million a year. I can trade him right now, but is it really worth trading? I mean, if I trade him, it resets my roster. Honestly, don't even want to go through that. I'm not going to lie. I'd rather just have him hit free agency. Fine. I'll go in and reset it. Fine, dude. Oh my gosh, I hate having to go all the way in here just to change one setting and then change it back because the AI doesn't know what to do because EA still has not fixed that glitch where it just completely keeps resetting your roster and you can't generate a new roster after the draft because you don't have that option on. Oh my gosh. If you guys play franchise, you guys know what I'm talking about with the generate best lineup. Who wants BJ Ojolari? The Bears always do because they're always in poverty. Let's trade them to a completely separate conference to the Bears. Does anyone have medium interest in BJ Ojolari? Is a team. It's Dolphins. They don't have any cap room. Anyone else? There is one more team up here. It's the Lions. They don't have cap room. And one more team, finally, the Ravens. They don't have cap room. Wow. Very useful, guys. You guys are being very helpful to me. The Bills need a right end. Says they're not interested. We're going to do it anyways. Can we do a third? Would it be realistic to do a third? A third and then give them a little bit more value in return. I know it would go through straight up for a third. I want it to be a realistic rebuild. I don't want to just cheese everything into my existence. BJ Ojolari is off to the Bills, so it's a contending team. So are we. Sean Murphy-Bunting, I would be cool with him for another 2 years. If he wants to do that, even if I pay him a little bit extra, he resigns on that despite having no interest in the team. Gonna need a new center. Mac Wilson, don't really want. All these other extras, don't really want either. Marvin Harrison, I'll accept his option. Darius Robinson, I'm not going to accept his option because options cost a lot of money, even for a singular year. So we'll see how he performs. But this is what we got going on for the team right now. Let's move in to the playoffs at a current 6-9, not a 6-9, 6-1 record. Of course, I'm thinking of the number 6-9 all the time. And we finished the playoffs 10-7, underwhelming after being 6-1, blowing out the Patriots 42-0, coming off a loss to the Niners. What happened on our season, dude? We were 6-1, doing really good. I'm not going to look at the playoff schedule here. Let me look at the team schedule. And as you can see, no forced wins. The bye week is home. Can't really do anything about that. We lost our first game. 6-game winning streak. Lost the Chargers. Win. Loss. Win. Loss. Win. Blowout win. So I guess we just went on a losing streak. But here to face the 10-7 Rams, who have home field advantage. So they stole the division after we were 1 in the conference for a while. 4th in offensive points per game. 3rd in offensive rushing yards. 15th in defensive points per game. What happened, dude? Just a complete collapse in the second half. Typical Cardinals fashion. Will Slack, oh my gosh, 40 touchdowns, 3rd best offense in the NFL, 4th best defense, and we're still 10-7. He had 16 interceptions, but 104 passer rating, then 4,200 yards. Great for him. He's not going to win league MVP because of the interceptions. He's going to be 6th for league MVP, but he better get superstar development. I know it's 16 interceptions. I don't care. He had a really good year, especially for a year number 2 player. Breece Hall, 2 fumbles, 12 touchdowns, but 4.8 per carry, 1,200 yards here. And then also Will Slack, he had 48 total touchdowns because he had 8 rushing touchdowns as well. And then Elijah Richer here, the rookie, 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards because he's in the slot, of course. Marvin Harrison, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Trey McBride, 7 touchdowns, 800 yards. Michael Wilson, 750 yards, 8 touchdowns. And then for the sacks allowed, our new superstar right tackle allowed 9, but he's only a 75. And then Paris Johnson cleaned up his sack problem. And not Isaiah Adams, who's the right guard. It's this guy here, Dan, allowed 0 sacks in his rookie year. I hope he gets superstar development. I might give him superstar development. What did he rank? Best offensive lineman, Trey Smith, and then Dan Burris here, or Burris. Either way, he is 2nd in his conference for the best offensive lineman award in his rookie year, allowing 0 sacks. If you allow 1 sack, it's great. I'm not going to give you a development upgrade. If you allow 0 sacks the entire year while playing over 1,000 snaps here, then I feel like that's more than fair for superstar development. So if they don't give it to him, I will. Jeff here with 101 tackles for a loss, 11 for Kevin Davis, 10 for Ridley here. Sacks, 24.5 for Zaven Collins. I knew he was good in simulation, but my gosh, get him and Drew Sanders on the same defensive line. Oh, yeah, dude. Zaven Collins is easy to trade for, too, because he's mid-age. He's star development. Oh, yeah, and he's like a 76 overall. Get him and Drew Sanders. Put them on the edge. You're going to be raking in sacks, dude. And then Kevin Davis, 10 sacks, 6 for Ridley. They're both great. Interceptions, 6 for Budda Baker. And then deflections on the team, 8 for Deron Bland. Not defensively, but yeah, kind of defensively. 0 safeties and 1 defensive touchdown for Budda Baker, who continues to ball out. After a great season, can Will Slack win his first ever playoff game against a divisional rival away? And he does. 24-17 here to face the 12-5 Green Bay Packers. Can he get back-to-back wins in his second year as a QB on the Arizona Cardinals? And he does. 31-21 here to face the 10-7 Detroit Lions, and we're going to get home field advantage this time. Let's see if we can go to the Super Bowl in year number 2 with Will Slack. Here we are against the Detroit Lions. They're going to open up with a punt. We're going to start with 7. Great start for the team, and they're going to make it a 7-7 game. Offense, please do something a little bit more here. That would be really nice, and they're going to make it 14-7 defense hold, and of course they're not going to hold the ball, run out the clock, kick the field goal. I always forget to draft a kicker as well. End game drive lead. I'm going to run the ball. I have Breece Hall, and then I'm going to pin the field goal. I know some of you may be like, oh, well, why don't you just let the AI do it? Because the AI is dumb. Like, look, the AI wants me to throw the ball. No, I'm not going to. I have Breece Hall, and I am nearing field goal range, and it's 2nd and 3. Why would I ever possibly throw the ball, especially against this linebacker set? Yeah, I'm not doing that. Either way, it's going to leave to a 3rd and inches. I'm just going to run the ball again. Even though I don't like alert zone bubble, can I just please have a regular, no, don't do alert zone bubble. I just want a regular inside zone. It just makes me wait for this, and it's going to cost me because of it. Yeah, it's 4th and inches. I'm going for this. I know I'm running towards a superstar here. I don't really care. I just want the first down. I'm going to get it with Ryman here. 1st and 10 for the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to keep running this ball, and we're going to hand it off again here to Breece Hall. Breece Hall, and he fumbles the ball. He fumbles the ball, and thankfully we recover. They're going to take another timeout. Handing the ball off once more. Please get that block. Fullback finally does. Breece Hall powering forward. Breece Hall with the power. Breece Hall, 1st and 10. They will take the final timeout. I'm going to run this down to 2 seconds and take the chip shot field goal. They won't be able to ice us either. Oh, Breece Hall, easy lane. Breece Hall, easy lane. Good stuff. 1st and goal. Yeah, they're not gonna be able to do anything. Run this ball down. Sure, I'll just run the ball one more time. Please don't fumble it again, Breece Hall. And then we should be good from there. Breece Hall up the middle. Sure, it gives them time to score. I don't really care. Hopefully the AI doesn't mess it up. Probably will. So let's see what they got from there, and let's just finish the game. 21-14 will be your final score, and that will be the game as the Arizona Cardinals are moving on to the Super Bowl for the 2nd time in history. And here we are to face the 13-4 Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl, and we are 2 overalls higher than them. Their defense is the same overall. It's saying it's better, and our offense is a higher overall. So we are the better team. For the team upgrades, Will Slack does get superstar development. You love to see it. And Richer, it looks like he gets superstar development. No way he came with that. He already had a really good season. Yeah, he does get upgraded to superstar development. Let's get this dude, sure, recuperation. For the offensive line, this dude allowed no sacks. If you want to cry in the comments, I don't care. This dude allowed no sacks in his rookie year. That's a crazy rookie year for any offensive lineman. No sacks at all is great. Great year for no lineman at all, especially in your rookie year. He's getting superstar development. Let's see if this guy can get any abilities with him already. Fool me once. No, he can't get the threat detector. That's a really, really good ability. And then past that, everything else on the offense looks really good. So we got a new superstar on the right tackle, and Trey McBride, of course, 2, and then 3, and then 4. We got 5 new superstars in the offense in one season, then 6 if you include Breece Hall for the free agency. Defensively, though, any other actual upgrades? Really? Okay, no, I'm going to give Zaven Collins superstar. If you want to cry in the comments, that's fine. I don't care. Oh, you're cheating. I don't care. 24.5 sacks in a season? You're going to tell me that's not worthy of at least superstar? He should have X Factor, in my opinion. The dude had 24.5 sacks in a season. more than worthy than superstar development, definitely worthy of X Factor, but I'm just going to leave it at superstar. Don't want to be too cheesy with it. So anyways, for now, let's move in to the Super Bowl against the Cincinnati Bengals to see if we can prevent Joe Burrow from winning his first ever Super Bowl and see if we can give the Cardinals their first ever Super Bowl win. Here we are against the Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to open up with nothing. We're going to start with 7. Great start for the team. They're going to open up with 7. Usually if the other team opens up with 7, I usually find that we lose a lot. So the good starts are really important here, especially in real life. 24-14, 2-score lead, and that will do it. Your Arizona Cardinals win their very first ever Super Bowl. Joe Burrow is in shambles again. He'll probably blame his defense for allowing 24 points, probably his offensive line's fault. Of course, it's everyone else's fault. He's a really good quarterback. Obviously, I'm not dissing him. I'm just saying it's just a joke. Either way, let's see what we have here, and it's sad to say, but Kyler Murray might have actually been the problem according to this Madden simulation. Obviously, that doesn't account for real life. This is just a Madden video game. And speaking of Kyler Murray, let's check up on him on the Las Vegas Raiders here. He sucks. 19 touchdowns to 17 interceptions, 22 touchdowns to 11 interceptions the previous year. He went down in rating, less touchdowns, more interceptions, a little bit more passing yards, less passer rating. He's not it. And Breece Hall wins the Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes wins another league MVP. And then Elijah Richard wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Great year for the team. We still got 2 more years left. So let's see if we can somehow possibly build a dynasty with this poverty franchise, now newly revamped. Amazing franchise for 1 year, of course. But either way, Seahawks, Roy Robertson retires, Darius Slay, Russell Wilson on the Rams, Elijah Wilkinson, Javon Hargrave, and Kirk Cousins all retire. For the players ready to negotiate, I'll accept the option for Marvin Harrison. Not going to do it for Robinson. Again, the option costs like $20 million for 1 year. It's basically like a franchise tag. Not going to do that for Robinson, who I haven't seen much of so far. And then for the center, I'll do a 1 year contract just in case I can't re-sign him. Mac Wilson, I don't want. All these other extras, I don't really want either. Hopefully, a lot of people want to join our team after winning the Super Bowl because we do have a lot of cap room. And there is a lot of people that want to join our team. Rashee Rice is here. I mean, Michael Wilson is good. Rashee Rice, Zay Flowers as well. I like both of them. I feel like I have to sign one of these. I signed Michael Wilson. Richer is good, but oh my gosh. This guy, Rashee Rice, he wants $27 million a year. Zay Flowers wants $22 million. That's a drastic difference. I know I have a lot of money, but I'm going to sign Zay Flowers over Rashee Rice. Yes, I know Zay Flowers only has star development. I always get Rashee Rice in a lot of my rebuilds, so I'm going to mix things up here a little bit. Rashad Bateman's in free agency. Ronnie Stanley, the entire Ravens team is basically here. We got Michael Dixon, Trent Simpson. Yeah, the entire Ravens team is here. We're going to try and sign Trent Simpson as well. This free agent kicker here, Eddie Quincy, he's a 72. He's 26, has star development with 97 kick power. That's a steal. How has nobody been on this? After free agency, we get Zay Flowers, Trent Simpson, Bryce Behringer as a punter, and then Eddie Quincy as a kicker. Really good free agency, and we still have $76 million left over. I think I'm going to trade Michael Wilson now. Richer has superstar development. And I know it's not bad to have a receiver 4 or whatever, but in Madden, receiver 4s do nothing, and I want Richer long-term. Michael Wilson takes up money. Richard doesn't. So we can get value here for Michael Wilson. I feel like I can get like a second-round pick or something, like a defensive tackle for him. Still says, right outside linebacker, Steven Reese. It depends his player card. Let me see that, actually. Is this dude an edge rusher? He's 6'4", 250. I'm assuming that's an edge rusher. I don't need one. Yeah, he's a power rusher. I don't want that. And that's actually going to go through. The Eagles wanted Michael Wilson, so we're trading him away for a star development defensive tackle in Von Matlock and for a 4th-round pick. So I think that's good value. Von Matlock is 7 overalls lower than Michael Wilson. Don't need Michael Wilson. Want another defensive tackle. I got it. Now the question is, what do I do with my team from this point? I mean, I have the receiver in Zay Flowers. I got to change my auto depth chart thing. I have, of course, Trent Simpson that it's not showing. Traded for the new defensive tackle. Probably don't plan on re-signing Darius Williams. I have a lot of depth at corner. I have a lot of great secondaries. Has a great defensive line. Need a coverage outside linebacker, but that's really it. And we have pick 32 in the draft, of course. What do I even want here? I don't need tight end. I don't really need safety, of course. I really don't need anything. Sure, yeah, it's like, oh, it's an outside linebacker, but he's a power rusher. Need a coverage guy. Don't need corner. I'm really looking for an outside linebacker or defensive tackle, but it's showing me nothing. I could just trade for another defensive tackle. Could I reach on one? There's third to fourth rounders. That's not good. I don't need anything. I really just don't need anything. I'm picking up a depth tight end at the end of the first round. Great speed. Everything's good. A's across the board, sure. Depth tight end, even though I already signed Trey McBride. Normal development, sure. End of the second round, let's try and pick up a middle linebacker and move him to left outside linebacker. So let's see what we have here. Second to third round, field general Alex DeVoe here out of LSU, 6'1", 241. Elite speed, solid acceleration. A's across the board. A awareness, immediately going to take that. He is ranked 26, got him at 64. Of course, normal development. So let's go to round number 3. We have 2 third-round picks. Let's see if we can double down on that and see if we can get a left outside linebacker with hidden development. A in awareness here, pass coverage archetype out of USC. Casey Forsett out of course, USC, what I just said. Elite agility, jumping, elite speed, great acceleration, solid strength, A awareness, A zone coverage. All I need to see. Ranked 57, got him at 90. Normal development, dude. Come on. And I just ended up picking 4 normal developments in a row. Not my draft. It seems like we have good players still. We have a really good team. I don't really need anything, so I guess it's really nothing to complain about. So after the draft, 74 for the tight end, 74 for the middle linebacker, 72 for the outside linebacker, 69 for this guy. Then I stopped drafting after that. 72 for Lorenzo Adams, defensive back out of Oklahoma. Didn't draft any hidden developments. That's unfortunate. Now, I know we don't need a mentor QB for our guy, but at the same time, why not at this point? Because it really doesn't matter. Sure, let's get Matthew Stafford, a division rival on this team. Hopefully he can win a ring after they threw him out to replace him with Russell Wilson. And of course, I'm referring to Russell Wilson being on the Rams whenever he retired. I have sometimes people in my comments being like, what? They never played for that team. And of course, I'm referring to Madden itself. But looking in the team, oh, we did get a hidden development. We got 2. The AI picked up Matthew Arville here, 91 throw power. Sure, doesn't look bad. Don't need him, though. And then we got Cofield here as a depth running back, 88 overall Trey Benson, as if we need that. Zay Flowers as the 2. Superstar offensive lineman. Great team. And then my backup tight end that I picked in the first round is a second string. Well, he's a third string now. He's going to be made a second string. Defensively, anything else there? Matt Locke, I'm going to start over Darius Robinson. The AI picked up this guy named Dunn. I guess I'm just not good at drafting compared to the AI. And then they want, I can move Forsett to left outside linebacker. Oh, he already is left outside linebacker. They just don't want him playing there. Okay, cool. So I got all that sorted. Devon here. DeVoe, my bad, not Devon. Forsett's going to move up. DeVoe is still going to be his third string, I guess, even though he was a second round pick. Again, I just have so many players, so much depth. I just need some guys to develop, but that's really about it. Maybe, sure, another defensive back I can pick up, but I really don't need anything. The team looks good. I could put Rivera at right outside linebacker. He's only 24. I might as well. He has the star development. And some random bench players that the AI picked up have now made their starting role here for the team. And then DeVoe will be a second string, so that will actually put him in a more useful role. Specialist-wise, Trent Simpson. I don't want Jalen Thompson playing at sub linebacker, dude. He's not a linebacker. Don't put him there. It's as simple as that. Anyways, I'll have to manually change that. Let's put Richardson in the slot. He hasn't really done much for us. 90 overall team. Let's, of course, see if we can go on a winning streak in these Super Bowls for year number 3. 7-0 at the midseason mark, but we have close one-score wins to the Steelers and the Bears. 1-point win versus the Bears there, as we are 9th in offensive points per game, best defense in the NFL in points per game, 2nd best rushing defense as well. You'll love to see it. Only 15th best passing defense, which is a bit surprising. Here to face the Ravens, number 1 in the conference, but we were like that in the last season. Let's see how tight these games are, really, because it worries me that they're one score. We had a 2-score here. The Lions had a safety on us. 1-score game, blowout to the Niners, blowout to the Rams, 1-point win against the Niners, 1-point win against the Rams, 1-score win against the Steelers. These are very lucky. Hopefully we can keep up the pace. It's kind of like the Chiefs in real life getting all their stupid lucky wins. They beat the Raiders due to a missed snap. That's ridiculous. Trade offers for Darius Robinson. Let's see the scouting national focus first. I don't really need anything. Scouting national focus, sure. We're going to replace Darius Robinson with more depth, so let's just do defensive tackle. Players ready to negotiate. Paris Johnson Jr. doesn't want to be here. He doesn't like the scheme fit. Womp womp. We're Super Bowl winners. Sure, I'll pay him $30 million. Isn't worth that, but I have to, and I have the money. Buda Baker, absolutely. Only wants a 2-year deal. He'll resign on that. Trey Benson, I love you, dude. I love you, Trey Benson, but I don't need you. That is the sad part, and the AI picked up a depth running back, but I'll keep you so we can potentially get another Super Bowl win. That'd be nice. Jalen Thompson, no, we're going to do a 1-year contract, and he says up the years. Yeah, bud, you're a Super Bowl champion. We're not doing that. Darius Robinson, I honestly haven't seen anything from him in real life. I know it's only 1 year, and in Madden, I don't really want him, especially for $12 million a year. He can walk. Joshua Williams, I don't need. And then Brayton, sure. I mean, star development, honestly, dummy cheap contract, only $1.5 million to have star development, develop as a backup. Sure, we're gonna do that. Everyone else here don't really. The center, I said I would replace him eventually, but I would have to do. I'm just gonna do another 1-year contract with him just in case I don't draft another center again. And then Kevin Davis, of course, I'm gonna accept his option. And if Matthew Stafford doesn't retire, sure, I will keep you as a mentor QB, so that way you don't have to keep signing them. But yeah, Trey Benson, I'm sorry. Jalen Thompson, maybe. Darius Robinson, no. Joshua Williams, no. Love you, Trey Benson, but I can't afford to pay you like $8 million or $10 million a year to be a backup. Let's move into the playoffs. 13-4. We didn't get top of the division. 6th best offense in the NFL. Number 1 defense, as we are 2 seed to the 13-4 Packers, who have the 1 seed, which is really unfortunate. I feel like we should have had that. Stats and awards. Will Slack still looks great. 4th best offense in the NFL, defensively 5th, and for yards, of course. And then where is Will Slack? He is 8th for the MVP race. Will Slack, less touchdowns, but less interceptions, better passer rating, 4,400 yards here. Also, 6 rushing touchdowns, 2 fumbles. Breece Hall, 1 fumble, 15 touchdowns, 4.3 per carry, 1,100 yards. Trey Benson getting 2 touchdowns. And then Elijah Richard here. It's just the slot position. It's nothing because this guy's special. The slot position in Madden simulation is crazy. 17 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Marvin Harrison, 8 yards shy of a 1,000-yard season, 4 touchdowns. Zay Flowers, 5 touchdowns, 850 yards. Dude, come on. I paid you like $22 million a year to put up this. Trey McBride, I mean, this is not bad at all, but for $22 million, no. Trey McBride, 800 yards, 2 touchdowns. Breece Hall, 2 receiving touchdowns. Trey Benson with 1 as well. For the sacks allowed, 9 for the superstar right tackle. Yikes. 7 for Jerome Barnett. 6 for Paris Johnson. 6 for Dan after having 0 last year, but still, it is what it is. 3 for our center. Wow, he's like the lowest overall on our entire offensive line. He's putting this up. Trent Simpson, 120 tackles for a loss. 15 for Zaven Collins. 12 for Ridley here. And then we have 11 for Von Matlock, the first-year addition after trading for him. And then 9 for Kevin Davis. Sacks 15 for Zaven Collins. 9 for Kevin Davis. 8 for Darrell Ridley here. And then interceptions, 3 for Budda Baker and Deron Bland. Deflections on the team, 8 for Garrett Williams. 7 for Budda Baker. 7 for Trent Simpson. Safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns. Another one. Dude, he gets one every year. Another one for Budda Baker. Let's see if we can beat the 9-8 Philadelphia Eagles. We're better than them literally in every way, to see if we can move on to the divisional round here, and we do not. EA Sports, my favorite. 95 overall offense, losing to the Michael Wilson Eagles. And the Bills win their first ever Super Bowl to the 1 seed Packers, 38-20. Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. Jonathan Gannon, Cardinals Coach of the Year. And there are no other awards here for the Cardinals. In the NFC West, Cooper Kupp, DJ Reader, Kyle Juszczyk, and Matthew Stafford all retire. Super lame to lose in the wild card after all that. Will Slack doesn't get an upgrade, but Breece Hall is a superstar X Factor now. This dude had 1,100 yards and 17 touchdowns. No X Factor. Super unfortunate. This dude here, even though he's allowing the most sacks on our team, still superstar development. He automatically gets threat detector. That's the best offensive lineman ability. Defensively, any upgrades for the team? None that I can see here. Do they all look the same? Pun. Wow. The AI just happened to draft a backup superstar defensive lineman. Nice. Also, it said that this guy weighed 265, but look at his face, dude. He looks like a bruised up blueberry or something. Like, look at the shape of his face. He looks like he's 350 pounds. Like, see, this looks like 265 pounds for an AI scan. This does not look like that. I don't know what's up with the face scans. They clearly don't match it with the weight. Sean Murphy Bunting is down to a 77 overall. No upgrades on the defense. For a 92 overall team, really lame to lose in the wild card like that. But let's see the re-sign players. And Kevin Davis, I'll definitely accept that option. Trey Benson, I'm sorry. I have the money. I have the money. It's not $8 million a year. I'm going to do it anyways. I don't care. I have money. I have money. I don't really care. I won't have to worry about the QB's contract going in to the previous season after because, you know, this is a rebuild and it's not my problem anymore. Darius Robinson, I'm not going to re-sign. Joshua Williams, I don't care about. So I also have Sean Murphy Bunting. So I want to draft a backup free safety, a defensive tackle, and maybe a defensive back. Sure. They got Jahmyr Gibbs, Terrion Arnold. I have money. I don't care. My super team will be a thing. I could get Jack Campbell as well. The entire Lions team is in free agency. Sure, why not? Charvarius Ward, I don't want since I could probably get Terrion Arnold here. Baller free agency for the 4th and final year. Got Terrion Arnold as a superstar X Factor. Cooper Beebe or Bebe, I don't know how you say it. Cooper Beebe here. And then Ali McNeil as defensive tackle. I have $5 million left in cap room. I'm totally screwed. I won't be able to re-sign my quarterback. But that's the AI's problem because the rebuild ends after 4 years. And I've already won the Super Bowl. So we're creating a dynasty and a super team because I can. And the Steelers with the #1 pick. I don't think I would ever say that in my lifetime. That's coming from a Ravens fan. They get Ben Harrison, their next Cam Hayward here. We have pick 24. Probably, I don't need it on a corner anymore. I need a free safety. Sure, let's see this guy. Allen Harris. And I don't need a free safety, of course. I have Kirby Joseph, but at the same time, sure, let's just have depth because I can. There's a strong safety here with a awareness in Daniel Beecham here. A solid speed, great acceleration, F kick return. Oh, no, not the F kick return. Either way, Zay Casey here. Like, why is that even a thing? Don't show me the kick return. I don't care about their kick return. That guy doesn't look bad either in Zay Casey. But Travis Hoskins here does he look really that bad? He doesn't look the best out of the bunch. The most balanced one out of the bunch was this guy with B to D awareness, Allen Harris, or Alani Harris, my bad. Alani Harris, solid speed. I mean, A finesse moves, B hit power. Actually, he does not look the best. We're going to do Zay Casey. He's not the most athletically gifted guy. He has great strength, but he has B awareness, B block, shooting, A pursuit, A tackle. We're going to pick him up. He's a backup. Doesn't really matter. Rank 30. Got him at 24. Hidden development out of Washington State. You love to see it. Round number 2. I don't need anything for my team. My team is already so good. There's no reason to draft anything, but I'm going to do it anyways. Another receiver, a wide receiver 4 that I already said doesn't do anything in simulation. Sure, Sean Wallace. My team is so stacked. It doesn't matter. Rank 34. Got him at 56. Normal development. Don't care. I don't even care about the rest of the draft. Let's move into the 4th and final year and just skip the draft. And this is my God roster going into the 4th and final year. This is one of the best rosters I've ever made because, of course, I don't have to pay a lot of these players. I don't have to pay my offensive lineman, my QB, and one of my receivers. So, God roster here. Abraham and Cofield. The AI picked up this guy named Justin Abraham, 77 overall. My running back core is so unbelievably stacked, dude. It's so crazy that I have that. 93 overall team, 96 overall offense. Defense, the only thing I could really improve, maybe my outside linebackers in free agency, doesn't matter. Matlock is a backup to Ali McNeil now. We got a backup superstar development player. My depth is insane on this team. Sean Murphy Bunting probably got cut by the AI. Casey's a star development. Why not, dude? The team is just so unbelievably stacked. It's just so unnecessary at this point. I don't even care. 4th and final year. No reason to look at the midseason. Let's move into the playoffs. 13-4, #1 in the conference, 99 overall offense, best offense I've ever built here. Amazing. #1 seed here. #2 seed goes to the 12-5, Michael Wilson, Philadelphia Eagles, even if they still have him. Amazing squad, coming off back-to-back wins. 99 overall offense, and I did it legit, of course. I didn't do any of that. I mean, of course, I'm not going to be able to sign any of these players, so long-term, it wouldn't be good. Might honestly keep playing with this team off camera because of how crazy they are. This team is amazing. Ridley's a 99. Crazy. 95 overall team, 99 offense, 99 defense. I don't know about you guys, but 99 plus 95 divided by 2 is not a 95 overall. That's definitely not quick maths there, but either way, 95 overall team for a 99 offense, 95 defense doesn't make sense. That's not mathing there, EA. Either way, Will Slack here looks great. 5th best offense in the NFL. Defensively, 2nd in the NFL. This won't win you MVP, but Really, really good year. 4,100 yards, 34 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Better passer rating, same amount of interceptions, more touchdowns, a little bit less yards, but it's fine. Breece Hall, no fumbles, 17 touchdowns, 4.8 per carry, 1,200 yards. Slack with 6 rushing touchdowns, 4 for Trey Benson as well. Marvin Harrison, 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns. Elijah Richard, 12 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards. Almost 1,000 yards for Zay Flower, 950, 7 touchdowns. Then Trey McBride, 5 touchdowns, 750 yards. For the sacks here, Paris Johnson Jr., 8, getting better. 7 for Brian, getting better. 7 for Jerome, and then 5 for Cooper, and then 4 for Dan, who's still been good for us, despite him only having his best season in his rookie year. But still, Trent Simpson, 118 tackles, sacks for a loss. 15 for Aleem McNeil, 13 for Ridley, 11 for Zaven Collins, 10 for Kevin Davis. Sacks 15 for Zaven Collins, 12 for Ridley, 12 for Kevin Davis, 3 for Aleem McNeil. Interceptions, a handful of 2s, and then deflections, 9 for Deron Bland, 8 for Trent Simpson, 5 for Terrion Arnold, and then safeties on the team, 0 defensive touchdowns, is 0. In the divisional round, we're going to be facing off against the 11-6 New York Giants. We have a way, way better team. We are, if my brain functions, we are 8 overalls higher than the New York Giants, 99 overall offense. This should be a crushing win, but of course, it's Madden. Let's see if we can beat them. We do. 28-17, here to face the 11-6 Chicago Bears. We're way better than them. We're 7 overalls higher than them. This should be a sweep as well to the Super Bowl. Let's see what we got here against the Bears. And did I win? Would you tell me? Maybe I won. Maybe I should see the team. Did I go to the Super Bowl? I would like to know that. That would be really cool. And I do go to the Super Bowl, as we did beat the Bears. I should have just looked at the bracket, but at the same time, they should have told me 45-42. What a shootout. Here to face the New York Jets in the Super Bowl after coming off a wild card loss last year. Who's their new Jets QB? Jets QB is Andrew Davenport, superstar X Factor quarterback. 2 years in the league. Well, it's now his 3rd year. He has 2 years experience, so he's already balling. Then Slack does not get an upgrade. No upgrades on the offense. Still a very good team. 96 overall team now. And then Kirby Joseph gets superstar development. Really upset that Davis never got up to X Factor. He was a great player. Amazing team for us. 96 overall team, as we have a 99 overall offense, and I believe a 96 overall defense with the boost now, if it would show me. Either way, facing off against the Jets, we have the 6th best offense in the NFL, the 2nd best defense in points per game, and the 1st best defensive passing game in the league. 27th best rushing defense with that crazy defensive line. Yeah, they're smoking something. I guess we have to be lacking at something if we're so good. But at the same time, let's see if we can beat the New York Jets. I was about to accidentally simulate that. Let's see if we can beat the New York Jets in the 4th and final year for 2 Super Bowl wins. This is a dominating team. We're 9 overalls higher. We should crush this team. Here we are against the Jets here. They're going to start out with nothing. We start out with 7. Great start for the team. We already know how this goes. Whenever they start out with nothing and we start out with 7, it usually ends well. We're going to open up half with 6, but we don't get the extra point, really biting us there. 20-13 here, 20-20. That's not what you want to see. That extra point is really biting us right now. Key moments. I'm going to hop into this, and guess what? I'm going to run the ball with Breece Hall. I don't care if there's only, sure, maybe I could throw the ball a little bit to get in position, but at the same time, let's just finish this thing off. 1st down and 10. Let's see what we have. Trey McBride is going to be open. I'll take that all day on the dump, but let's just actually not run hurry up. Picking a play is apparently faster is what I've been told. 2nd down and 3. Trey McBride's open again. I'll take it again. It's a freebie. 1st and 10. Trey McBride is open again, dude. I know it seems cheesy, but if he's open, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take my first time out as well. And again, I want to go to inside zone only, and I want to be able to audible to it. I don't like the stupid RPO bubble. Don't give me that. And Trey McBride is open again, so I'll take him again, and he's wasting my time. 1st and 10, have to run the stupid RPO bubble. I want to just run inside zone. Either way, we're getting closer to our line. I'm going to call another timeout and then run the ball. 2nd and 2, 23 seconds left. Running the ball with Breece Hall. We are in field goal range now. Let's run hurry up. One more time here, down to 10 seconds. I can get one more play off. Give our field goal kicker a little bit more room. Let's get one more play off. Go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. 2 seconds. Going to take a timeout. I was worried there for a second he wasn't going to go down in time. They were just going to let him score. But they will ice us, and we will have a chance to win the Super Bowl here. Not getting that. Oh my gosh, what? What? It made me pick that. Why would you not bring me to coach suggestions? That's the dumbest thing. I can't call a timeout either. Why would you not bring me to coach suggestions where I'm picking? Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to bomb it. I'm going to have to bomb this. That's ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous. We better win this. Oh my God. I just made the stupidest laugh of my life. That was the dumbest laugh I could have possibly done, bro. That was the most, oh my gosh. What a weird clip. Weird clip. I'll take it. We win the Super Bowl. We were like, screw the field goal. We don't want to get iced. What really happened is I thought I was going to be in coach suggestions and I would take it. Marvin Harrison's a baller. Gets clearly both feet in. Dumb laugh from me. Oh my gosh, dude. That was so stupid for no reason. And the Arizona Cardinals are going to win a Super Bowl. And the announcers must be like, what is happening? What are they doing? We get the touchdown anyways. Jets fans thought they were saved. No, Jets are going to stay in poverty and the Cardinals are not. Kyler Murray will on the Las Vegas Raiders in the simulation. Kyler Murray has superstar development. He's 31 years old now. So let's see how he's doing. After I crap talked him, yeah, how did he get superstar? He had 20 interceptions to 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions to 18 touchdowns. Like, he has yet to have a 100-yard passer rating from his 2021 season. How did he get superstar development? Either way, he goes from one poverty franchise, I was about to say franchise, to the next, and we are Super Bowl champions without him, 2-time Super Bowl champions without him in this 4-year rebuild. That was a crazy, dumb ending, but hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, we missed the extra point, which screwed me. Well, the AI did. And then, of course, I thought I was going to be in coach suggestions, but I wasn't. Will Slack wins the Super Bowl MVP, Josh Allen, league MVP, Jonathan Gannon, back-to-back coach of the year here, and that will be all. So anyways, guys, I thank you guys all for watching. This was a successful rebuild. Easily one of the best teams, one of the best offensives I have ever put together. 99 overall offense. We were in 96 in the Super Bowl. Amazing team for the year. Just amazing in general, of course. And then defensively, we were great too. So once again, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.